And we'll give some people some time to show up as well, you know, for anybody who's just coming in and... Okay, yeah, so what I've done today is we've generated a new world and we're actually going to be starting a new fortress. It's been a little while since I played the last fortress, and I tend to find that if I leave too long a time in between playing Dwarf Fortress and then kind of, you know, coming back and starting again, it can be a little tricky because, you know, there's so much stuff to keep track of that you kind of lose, you lose a little bit of focus with that. And I also kind of wanted to generate a new world because, well, the world that we had before was lacking a lot of stuff. There's actually not a lot in it in terms of like, you know, just interesting features. It was a very small world. So what I've decided to do was to generate a much bigger world this time. This world we're looking at here, it's called the, I can't even remember what it's called. The Oracular Planets. Oracular Planets. That's apparently what the this world is called. But it has a lot more in terms of features. So, for example, we got some serene environments here, which we didn't have in the other world. We didn't have any good elements. We only had some savage areas, but we didn't have anything like this. We've got some other stuff. I've noticed already that there's a handful more towers. So we could embark next to a tower, for instance. I'm not seeing many haunted areas, though. I think that's what might be lacking in terms of haunted areas. But I mean, usually you get a decent chunk of those, so I'm sure we can find some. We've got plenty of untamed wilds as well, so we've got all that, and we should have plenty of different civilizations as well, so we can, you know, embark next to humans, goblins, elves, and we could, you know, yeah, we could embark on a volcano, for example, if you wanted to do that. Although it would have to be a volcano next to somewhere interesting. Volcanoes by themselves aren't the most interesting thing in the world, though it is convenient. It is very convenient to embark on a volcano. I don't see any off the top of my head, actually. We could search for one. It's possible to search for a volcano, and we can find one, for example. But yeah, we've got loads of stuff around, so yeah, I don't actually see a volcano anywhere. I haven't spotted one yet. I spotted a tower. There's a necromancer tower here. You can tell it because it's this little eye, right? It's the purple eye. So that's a necromancer's tower. A volcano would be like an upwards arrow, but a red one, and I haven't spotted one yet. God, you get so used to just, okay, here we go. I actually spotted one there. There's a volcano here, though. Unfortunately, like I say, there's no interesting neighbors near to this volcano. It's just dwarves, so that wouldn't be a particularly interesting one. There's another volcano up here. You got dwarves and humans, but this is embarking on top of a mountain, which is a really, oh, it's a sand desert apparently. It's got a volcano in it though. There's two volcanoes there. I don't see any other volcanoes anywhere. None that I can spot just on this side of the map. I do want to obviously embark next to elves, goblins, all that kind of stuff. There's another tower here. So if we look here, we got a tower here in this tropical freshwater swamp. And that's bordering dwarves, elves, and the tower. Doesn't seem to be many goblins in this world. I wonder if there's a reason for that. I have spotted a few goblin civilizations. Like over here, actually, there's some goblin civilizations. These are these ones here, the purple ones. The Misty Drinker's Jungle, that's what this place is called. Humans are also almost as bad. Humans aren't bad at all. Humans are great. You know, human neighbors are really good, actually. Elves, not so much, because they don't bring anything useful. Thank you for resubscribing as well. Kill the elves, 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 kill the elves. I think Kelt wants us to kill the elves. Oh, actually, holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see this, but look at this location. Can I zoom in at all on this? No, I can't really. It goes all kind of ugly and fuzzy if I do that. Hold on. Oh, now it's all screwed up. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all kind of screwed up. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if you can see this at all, but there's along this coastline there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 necromancer towers. Oh my god, if I built a fortress here, I'd be in range of 4 necromancer towers, and elves, and goblins, and dwarves. Oh, I think this would be this would be... Okay, what else is on this tile then? Is this got any metals? It's got deep metal and shallow metal, so it might have... It's untamed wilds as well. Oh my god, I'm kind of curious. I'm actually going to check something now. This might be our starting location. Because I want to, before we embark here, I want to make sure that there's iron. I'm going to cheat a little bit to check if there's iron here. Because I think starting here without iron would make it actually impossible. But so long as there's iron, I'm welcome for this. We can have that. I've never seen an embark quite as cursed as this one. I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. It's woodlands, which it works in our advantage. Lots of trees. Untamed wilds, not so good. But yeah, oh my god, that's such a... That's such a cursed... That is such a cursed... Okay, here. So, embark system. So yeah, you see this here. What I've done is, if you go into Dwarf... yeah, I'll show you actually. I'm going to bring this up so you can see it. Because you might want to know this as well if you're ever actually playing Dwarf Fortress yourself. If you're looking for a particular kind of embark and you don't want to just, you know, like say for example you wanted to do something that required iron, right? Like your goal required you to have a particular kind of metal, but you don't want to embark and check everywhere to see whether it does or doesn't have iron. What you can do is you can use this utility. So if I just bring this up on here perhaps. Oh, okay. I'm just showing you this. It might be useful for some of you guys if you ever get into, you know, ever going to play Dwarf Fortress yourself. Kind of useful. So yeah, just do that, and I want not that. I want. Oh, I got so much crap open at the moment.
Thank you very much.
Here it goes. Here we go. Okay. Oh no, that's not it even. Okay, never mind that. Yeah, never mind. But basically, you can use Dwarf. You can use Dwarf Hack, which is a utility that is included in most versions of Lazy Noob Pack, which will help you to. It'll help you to do all these kind of things, right? And one of the things that you can use is this utility called Embark Assistant. Also, thank you, Bass, for subscribing with the Twitch Prime as well. We should have a new emote soon, by the way. Yes, this is a new fort, and we're setting up. Oh, by the way, you know what this location is called? It's called the Field of Sorcerers. So yeah, that is a really appropriate name. We're setting up our fortress in the Field of Sorcerers. God, I love this game sometimes. So yeah, what we can do then is if we go back to here and we go to Embark Assistant Info. That's not the one I wanted. Oh no, is it this one or is it Embark Tools? I always forget which one it is. There's a command that will show you exactly. You know what? I don't care. We'll leave it as a surprise. I'm hoping that there is going to be metal here. I'm hoping that there is going to be. Oh, actually, I can see it on the side. So there's gold, silver, copper, nickel, marble, and fire clay. Let's just move this around and see if we can get any metal that's actually useful, because none of those are particularly useful. Well, that's not true. Actually, they're all quite useful for different things. There is also flux that I just want to have an embark where I get I just want to have an embark where I get access to steel of some kind, you know, like tin. That one's got tin, zinc, nickel, copper, gold, silver. I mean tin and copper. Tin, copper. We could do steel. It's still in the Field of Sorcerers, and there's cassiterite as well, which I believe is actually isn't cassiterite an ore of iron. Oh no, there's no more tin. There's a different kind of tin. So we've got tin, zinc, lead, gold, silver, copper. So actually, if we embark there, we can make bronze, which is just as good. And we'd be in range of dwarves, goblins, elves, a tower, a tower, a tower, and a tower. So I think this would actually be a really interesting place to embark. I don't know about you guys, but I think this will be a really cool place to go. So that's, I think, what we're going to be doing. Just checking all these. Yeah, we'll bring this. There's too many buttons in the embark screen. I always press the wrong ones. off guard. Okay, go away. Alright. Yeah, we're going to go down one, cross here, and yeah, so we got the gold, silver, copper, nickel, zinc, tin, lead, marble, cassiterite, silty clay, and fire clay, so we can make bronze. And we will be on top of a brook, so we'll have access to water. And yeah, this looks like a really excellent place to start. It's tropical shrubland, temperature hot, plenty of trees, a moderate amount of other vegetation, and it's untamed wilds as well, which adds another factor. So yeah, we could potentially be seeing some really interesting creatures as well. Maybe we'll have some crocodiles, some beaver men, I don't know, you know, those sorts of things. Sorry, I can't see chat at the moment because I'm messing with all my screens and stuff. But yeah, we'll be going straight into this. Yeah, this is a cursed fortress. This is the worst possible place to build a fortress. It's even worse. Do you remember the water fortress we tried? It's worse than that. Like, that fortress was particularly fucking awful, but this one's even worse. It's like on an entirely new level of just pain and misery. I'm curious to find out whether necromancers fight each other. So that's something we're going to learn today. We're going to find out whether they fight each other, potentially. But we'll see. So yeah, we are bordering... We are in... Oh my god. Of course we're going to try and provoke a war with the elves as well. So we'll be at war with the elves, we'll be at war with the goblins, we'll be at war with all of the necromancers. And yeah, we will try and clear this area of necromancer towers. If we can succeed. If we succeed. Oh boy, evil biome with tendrils everywhere? Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty nasty one actually. I don't know if it is worse than that because we won't be dealing with anything in the way like that, right? This isn't an evil location. It's not a location that's like a dangerous location in those respects. So like stuff isn't going to reanimate unless a necromancer does it, because a necromancer could arrive. We could have an invasion by a necromancer. That's something that can happen if you are next to a necromancer tower, and then if the necromancer sees stuff, then he can raise it from the dead, right? But we won't have it just happening because that's what the place is like. So the fortress will be relatively safe so long as we make sure that we do it all properly. The thing that we had with the last fortress, which was the thing that we had with the fortress, which was the water fortress, was that we had no trees. We got our anvil stuck outside, so we'll need to make sure that our anvil is in a decent location as well. But we'll have access to the trees, so we won't have to open the caverns, for example. We'll be safe in that respect. We won't have to go into there. We won't have any problems with that. So we should be in a pretty defensible position. We're just going to have to see what we can do with it. And yeah, we could try and do some stuff. So we want a woodcutter, we want a carpenter, 2 miners, probably want a mechanic very early on because we'll need to close. And in fact, yeah, I'm going to make that a priority. I need a mechanic. Mechanics are going to be really important. So let's give him some mechanical skill. And why don't we also throw in... he can also be a stonecrafter. Would be a good skill here. Over here we've got a woodcutter, carpenter, 2 miners... in fact, I'm going to make these guys into engravers because I like having my miners also be engravers. That's something I prefer. It kind of gives them something to do when they're not mining. Can I be a dwarf? If you really want to be a dwarf, then sure. Bobsleigh is an underrated coaster. No, bobsleigh is an awful coaster type in Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It doesn't have much in the way of redeeming features. It's not the worst, though. It is not the worst roller coaster type that you can build. Compared to like a steeplechase coaster or something like that, it's much preferable. It's just not a very good coaster. It's mediocre, has a tendency to crash, can't go too fast in order to avoid that, and lacks features as well. So I don't believe it has like a photo section or anything like that. So I think one thing it's got going for it is it's cheap to build. It's not an expensive coaster to build, right? So it can be a kind of a cheap coaster, which helps redeem it somewhat. But yeah, I mean, it's not a great coaster. Like a good coaster in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is something like the Junior Coaster because it's dead cheap, or something like the Wooden Coaster because you can do so much with it. And it doesn't really fit into either of those. Okay, that's that one there. That's what I stand on that. Okay, let's get a woodcrafter there. And this guy can also be a woodcrafter, and I don't know what else actually. He could be a woodcrafter, stonecrafter, but I don't think we're going to need that much stonecrafting actually. Maybe he could be a carpenter as well, because then we have a carpenter woodcutter, and then we have a carpenter woodcrafter. Then we've got a peasant here. Oh god, I just remembered actually. Saw that. We don't need a dedicated woodcrafter early on. We need to have 2 cooks, don't we? Yeah, I've forgotten all about that. We need to have 2 dwarves dedicated to brewing and cooking. Sorry, brewing and farming. So important. It's like I had a really, the last fortress I had a really daft bug in terms of my stockpiles, which well, it wasn't a bug. It's just me not understanding something, and it meant that we basically weren't brewing anything that we needed to brew. So we won't need that. We won't need that. We basically don't need any of this stuff mostly. I'll keep the bags. I'll keep the ropes. I'll keep the cloth. I'll keep the thread. We'll go back here. We'll make you into a skilled, proficient brewer. This dwarf here, we could just make him a manager immediately. So this dwarf could just be the manager dwarf, and that would save us a lot of trouble in the beginning of the game. So if we're going to make this guy a manager dwarf, then we don't actually need to give him any skills. So he can just be like, he can have no skills. I don't know what skill helps. I can't remember what skill helps management. I think it's organizer. Organizer. Okay, yeah. Here, proficient organizer. So this guy here, Olin Armiris de Doran, is going to become our manager. So Godspeed to him. But yeah, as always, if you want to have a dwarf, then feel free to say so. This is going to be such a cursed location. This is either going to go really well or really badly. Probably going to go really badly, but we'll see. We'll see. 2 cats, as always. We want 2 cats. We also want to get 2 dog, a dog, and another dog. That's yeah. So we've got all those dogs there. We also probably want to get some. I really want to experiment with having sheep. I don't usually bother. No, goats. Goats. No, sheep. Sheep are better than goats. Sheep are objectively better than goats in Dwarf Fortress. I remember having this conversation before. So we want a ewe and a ram. And that's almost all of our points. We can't afford to take geese. Usually I take geese with me, but I don't want to have to deal with too many animals. I think this time I'm not going to bother with geese. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. We can probably... I'm going to keep 2 battle axes in case. We currently have... Okay, actually, one thing we're going to do... We're going to reduce the amount of rum we're taking with us as well. Because, yeah, we don't need 60. And instead we're going to go in here and we're going to go drinks, and then we'll take beer. And we'll up that in order to put that... Let's put that at 20. Then we'll do a new one, and then we'll do drinks, and then we'll do the same thing again with wine... No, ale. Yeah, that'll do. Since when have any of my fortresses worked well? Tin Fortress went pretty well, all things considered. I'd say that Tin Fortress is mostly a success, actually. So yeah, I think Tin Fortress went fine. Sludge Fortress failed. Water Fortress failed. But Tin Fortress worked. Tin Fortress still exists. But yeah, let's have an embark. I haven't set a name for the fortress either, so it's just the random name. But let's read this. You have arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Ginj-ter-Omut. I guess our civilization is called Ginj-ter-Omut, or Ginj-ter-Omut. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labour comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plough or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings, ere the leopard men get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Plate mirror, strike the earth. Excellent. That is exactly the sort of thing I wanted, and we immediately pause, and we're going to check the screen to see what's on the map. And there is only... Oh my god. Okay. Right, so there is already a little bit of a problem. I don't know if you can spot it. Anybody worked out what's wrong with what's going on? You might have spotted it just briefly down there. I'll give you a hint. There's one other animal on the map with us at the moment, and it's a giant tiger. If that giant tiger gets anywhere near our dwarves, it will kill all of our dwarves. So I think the first thing we're going to do is tell all of our dwarves to get inside before they get spotted. Yeah, I think the problem is the giant tiger, yeah. We should be fine. I mean, the giant tiger is all the way down here at the moment. But there is a chance that the tiger could path its way up here, right? Like, if the tiger spots our dwarves, then it will attack them. I'm 100% convinced of this. So what we need to do is we need to move pretty swiftly to establish, you know, like, the usual stuff. So that being said, let's have a look around and have a look at the area. We got plenty of trees, as you can see, a lot of trees. We have a little bit of a valley. It's you know, we got some stuff where we could carve into. So we could carve into here, for example. We have this brook running across here. Is there anything else that stands out? I'm looking to see whether we got anything like beehives. Beehives would be fun because we could potentially make some mead. I haven't spotted any yet. I might be missing them. It can be kind of difficult to tell, by the way, like if there are bees on a map. Usually the answer is yes, but I'm just kind of curious. Yeah, so we got prickleberries, we got all sorts of wild plants, dense dried dog's teeth grass. Oh, here we go. Colony of ants. That's an ant colony. Dwarves can't breed ants yet, but they can do bees. Oh, there we go, honeybees. So we can do honey. That's cool. But yeah, so what we need to do is we need to dig in here. I think then, just looking at the layout of this place, we do want to kind of, I think we kind of want to start here, right? We want to clear all this out and make that into a little bit of an entrance. The first thing I'll do then, yeah, is we'll dig that out, and actually the first thing I'll do is deconstruct the wagon. So we'll set that to be deconstructed, and then we will go into here and carve out ourselves a little bit of an entranceway. And let's also remove the ramps up here, because I don't want people climbing up onto there. And let's unpause. So yeah, everybody's going to go up there, and we're also going to designate this as a meeting area, because I don't want dwarves to stand around near where the wagon was. I want them to stand around here, at least until the tiger's gone. So the dwarves, when they're kind of like hanging around, they won't hang around near where that wagon is. They'll hang around inside, in front of the fortress. We punched zombies to death before. A giant tiger is small time. Kind of to an extent. What would be really scary would be if the giant tiger turned into a zombie. There is nothing in Dwarf Fortress that means that a zombie has to be human. Zombies can, you know, you can have like a zombie tiger. That's 100% possible. That would be a pretty... I mean, it's not going to happen because a necromancer's not going to show up for a long time. We could also try and capture it. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's over there. Thank God for that. Christ. I was like looking down here because that's where I last saw it, and I thought for a second that maybe it, you know, gone off onto there. Why is there a lungfish just here? Just like a lungfish thing on the beach. Okay, well, never mind. We'll just resume that. So we dug out our little entranceway here. We probably wanted to take a turn as well, because it's always useful to do that. And then we'll just dig straight down. We're not going to do anything too fancy. I don't think that we have the luxury. I don't think we're going to be afforded the luxury of doing fancy things on this fortress, I'm afraid. We're just mostly going to focus on trying to get everything set up as quickly as possible. So to that end, we're also going to chop down all these trees that are in front of the fortress there. Just those ones there, and yeah, they're going to get digging, and then we'll start planning out our farms, and we'll start building a bridge. I have no idea when necromancers are going to turn up, by the way. Generally speaking... generally speaking... oh, what was that? Can you build structures around sleeping creatures in Dwarf Fortress, starve them, shoot them with impunity? You could try it. I think the issue would be that the moment your dwarves got anywhere near it, it'd wake up and start attacking you. If we wanted to try and capture it, what I would probably do is I'd set up some kind of bait and then just cover the bait in traps, right? So we do have, so for example, the tiger. Oh, you can already see the tiger's kind of moving around a lot. Okay, no, he's just sitting there. Okay. We do have some animals that we could bait it with. So what we would do is we'd chain up like a cat over here, and then surround the cat with cage traps, and then eventually one of the. In fact, you know what? We might even try that. So why don't we try that? We're going to go with N. It's been so long since I've done this. Workshop, Carpenter's Workshop. Oh wait, no. Oh, we can't do it yet, can we? We can't use wooden cages in the cage trap, I don't think. Oh, we can. Yeah, we can. That's fine, yeah. Carpenter's Workshop. We'll put a Carpenter's Workshop out here. We'll just make it out of wood. Then our carpenter will make that whenever he's got a chance to do it. It'll only take him a second. He's cutting down trees at the moment. In the meantime, we'll go down here and we'll start to build our staircase. Just going straight down as always. Nothing too fancy. We'll go down 10 levels. That's going to be more than enough for what we need to do. And then we'll leave the central pillar free so that we can carve that out as well. And we can put stuff on there if we need to. Yep. Cool. Excellent. That's been carved out. The tiger is now dangerously close to where our stockpile is. There's also a giant eagle flying about, by the way. Oh wait, are giant eagles scavengers? Do they steal? Okay. Okay, it looks like they don't steal. That's good. That's good. I have this nightmare about like a giant bird flying away with my anvil, which can happen. Like I've had it happen to me before, because currently all of our supplies are outside, right? We need to move all this stuff inside. There's our anvil, for example. I don't want a giant bird to fly away with my anvil, because then we're screwed. We can't make a new one. Yeah, this one's set up in Untamed Lands. We've got a lot of fun neighbours. I hadn't intentionally decided to go with this, but when I found on the coastline, I found a place on the coast that had 11 towers along the coast, and so I set up near 4 of them. And so yeah, if we just go to the civilization screen, this is where our fortress is here, and you can see here's a necromancer tower. There's a necromancer tower. There's a necromancer tower. There's a necromancer tower. There's a necromancer tower. Holy hell, look at this one. Okay. You see this here? The Field of Sorcerers, that's the name of the forest that we're in. We're in a forest called the Field of Sorcerers. This tower that's really far away from our fortress, because it's a dwarven tower, it means that our dwarves know of rumored artifacts that are in the tower. All of these books, all of these are books, right? All of these are books. I think almost all of these are going to be necromancer tomes. So you can see here, usually they have titles about death or stuff like that. The tower against death here. See this one here, against death? That one there is definitely a necromancer book. That means that if we stole it from their tower, and then our dwarves read it, they would also become necromancers. The dwarf, when it counts, it all begins with play tongs. Uncanny dwarf, the competition before or after. So that one's a goblin, that's a dwarven necromancer in there. That's an elf necromancer in this one. This one's got an elf necromancer in it as well. Most of the ones near us, though, are goblin necromancers, so there's an elf one there, but this one's a goblin necromancer, goblin necromancer, goblin necromancer, goblin necromancer. There are some other civilizations here as well, so there is, I believe there's some elves nearby. I'm not exactly sure where they are, I can't see them on the map, but I'm sure we'll meet them soon. And you can see here, this is where the goblins themselves are, so 5,000 goblins live in this fortress here. The goblin fortress of Bad Moon. 5,000 goblins live there. Oh, here. These are the elven forests to our south. They're pretty small. About 160, 100 goblins. And the mountain homes that we've come from are over here. So there's actually another dwarven fortress over here as well, called Blocked. Oh god, this one's also got a shitload of artifacts in it. The journey in... Do we understand placeholders? Useful water cycle. Time spent with the diseases of animals. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of the lay of the land. It's a pretty interesting location for us to have a fortress, really. I'm still really worried about that tiger. But what I'm going to do is we're going to appoint ourselves our manager. Because we do have a dwarf here who's got proficient organization skills. He's going to be our manager. And what we're going to do is we're going to make him a table and a chair. And that's just going to help us do this a lot faster than we normally would. Yeah, and on this level here is where we're going to build our farms. Just on this level. So our army here is to get an army of elf zombies. I don't know if that's our goal. I think our goal is just... I think it's just objective survive at the moment. That's kind of the objective. The thing about Necromancer Sieges compared to Goblin Sieges is that they are completely unpredictable. They can occur super early into the life of a fortress because they're not necessarily... I don't believe that they're tied to wealth, right? Though that has changed somewhat as well, actually, so I don't even know if that's true anymore. It used to be that goblins would only attack you based on how wealthy your fortress was. So the more wealth you had meant that basically the goblins would attack you usually around about the second year of your fortress. So you'd usually have a bit of time to prepare. But Necromancer Sieges are unpredictable, which means that they can appear in the first year of your fortress, which means that the first thing that we have to do is we absolutely have to set up a bridge. Because we need to be able to close our fortress down in case the zombies get here, and then kind of work our way to clearing out any zombies that show up. Which is why we're doing this in a kind of weird usual order. I'll try and tame the tiger, but I can't guarantee it. It'd be kind of fun to get it, but you know, it's a risk. And it might not go the way we want it to go. But yeah, so we got this here. What we need to do now, I'm trying to plan this out. I'm trying to think about how I want to do it. We need to have like the farms coming off. I really just want the farms pretty close to the entrance, so kind of just here, I guess. Yeah, I could do it like that, really. I don't have to do anything too fancy. So long as there's space for us to have our breweries. So there's 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Then it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now that won't do at all. Actually, I guess it would do, because what we could do is have that says 1, 2, 3 there, 1, 2, 3 there, and then we could have another doorway in here that's going to lead into a stockpile. So we could have like a stockpile in there, 2 breweries there, and then we have a small field here. Because fields don't have to be very big in Dwarf Fortress, you can get a lot out of a very small field. So we'll do it like that then, and in fact I'll cut that off there so there's just a single door on either side, and we'll let them dig that out. Kelt really does want the tiger. I never have much luck with it though. It's all down to kind of luck a little bit. We can... What we would have to do is, once the table and chair is made... In fact, actually, what we could just do would be to cancel that. We need to make cages? Yeah, J. So just tell him to make a shed load of wooden cages there. Then we need to make another workshop, and this one's got to be a mechanical workshop because we need to make mechanisms. So we have the mechanism workshop just there. Again, we can't make mechanisms out of wood though, they can only be made out of stone. Which will actually kind of make it tricky. We should build that then. Yeah, actually sod that. There's no point building that here. We should just demolish this. Because it'll take them forever to haul the stone from all the way up here to out here, then down here, and then over there. So we might as well just build that where we're actually going to build workshops. So, okay, this is going to be where our farm plot goes. So we're just going to put that all along this edge here. It doesn't need to be massive. I mean, that's actually far bigger than it needs to be already. But this is just going to be for our basic food. Then we put a still against here, and we'll make it out of orange wood. And we'll do the same again here. We'll make that out of orange wood. Then we're going to make some stockpiles. So we want a food stockpile here. Actually, we'll do custom stockpiles. So block all, and then I want to permit plants and seeds, so that they're all there in one stockpile. So we can have so that they will put them there, and we just stick that against the back wall there. And then on this side here, I want to put change the settings on this one, and on this one I want to put just drinks. So I'll put drinks from plants, drinks from animals. And then they all go there as well. So we've got a pretty simple stockpile, and that's just going to be our drinks. And also our food, because our dwarves will eat the dwarves will eat plants, but they don't necessarily like doing it. I mean that it is kind of elvish, right? Like plant eating. It's the kind of thing an elf would do. And we tell them to start growing plump helmets there. And whilst we do that, we just need to go down probably to this layer here. This looks like a good layer. What kind of metal is that? That's I can't even pronounce that. So this is where we're going to have some stock. This is where we're going to have our not our stockpiles, but where we're going to have our workshops. And we're just going to use the usual workshop layer that I like to do here. Very basic, very straightforward sort of way of doing it. It's just to give each workshop its own little space, and at the end of this we will have a stockpile to put. In fact, what we could do is up here, where we got this kind of space up here, we could just have a massive stockpile that's too big. There we go. And that's just going to have stone in it. It's going to be a stone and wood stockpile, so that they move stone over there when they're not doing anything else useful. The other thing we want to do is we should have a couple of restraints. I think we have 2 or just, yeah, 3. So the first restraint we're going to use is on here, and we're going to go down a level, and we're just going to put a pigtail rope here, and we're just going to attach a dog to that staircase. And that's where the dog's going to sit for the rest of its life. It's going to have exactly a 3x3 area for to roam in. So yeah, enjoy that. We do this to stop thieves from getting into the fortress, because the moment that there's say like if a thief came into the fortress, it'd step on the staircase and it would immediately run into the dog, and then the dog would alert the fortress to the existence of the thief. So that's what we're doing there. We'll put the dog there. That's one of the many reasons you bring dogs. The other one is to get puppies so that you can make armor out of puppy leather, and so you can make food with your dog breeding program. Very normal things to do, right? Like that's what they're kind of there for. Dog breeding, that sort of thing. Alright, but they're digging out anyway. But yeah, how's everyone been? Have you all been alright? Have you all had a good start to the new year? Man, I do need to find this. I'm going to have to find this tin and copper pretty quickly though. Just been working. Fair enough, fair enough. I had a horrible start into the new year. Well, I'm sad to hear that. Yeah, is everything alright with you at the moment, or is it just not ready for this new one? I hope this one will be better than the last one, honestly. I need to find out what this is. Oh, the zinc. Okay, it's zinc. I can never remember the name of these ores. So, can we make brass? What else do we need for brass? Zinc and copper. Okay, cool. We can make some brass. We can also just make stuff out of zinc. I don't know, like bins probably. Bins out of zinc is pretty good. Zinc is incredibly light, so it's good for things that you want dwarves to carry around. We could also make statues out of zinc. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's really unfortunate, man. I hope you get better soon. Okay, let's maybe this Dwarf Fortress will be able to make you feel a bit better. You can at least be glad that you're not living in one of my fortresses, right? I don't know if that's much consolation though. I've never been to. I know that people met up with like Worm and stuff like that. I've never done anything like that. I met up with Nitro a handful of times, and Spam as well. I met him a few times. If we ever get the chance to go back to Europe again, maybe I'll do some stuff like that. I'm sure I will. I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunity for that kind of stuff in the future. Okay, so we got this room here. We're just going to stockpile stone in the top half of it. It's not an exact science, but yeah, stone up there. And we'll also then stockpile wood on the other side of it. He says like he's not in Europe. Well, okay, but I mean, you know, it's going back to the continent again. It's going back to the continent of Europe. Well, you know what I mean. The mainland. The mainland. Going back to the mainland, that's what it is, yeah. Alright, this is the quiet before the storm. This is the calm before the storm, where I just plan out my fortress. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not actually going to build that bit yet. I actually just want to plan this out like this, so that it's in 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like that. Yeah, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sadly, the EU isn't Europe. You can see at Euristo the barbarian wastelands. I mean, okay, right. Europe is fine. I love Europe. I love going to European countries. But none of you know how to make tea properly. And it is quite barbarous, the things I've seen during my travels. The things that I've seen being done to, you know, to tea and to stuff like that. It's really quite barbarous. And all I'm saying is that you should do better. That's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the measurement of any civilized society, isn't it? I'm not actually sure that's true. I think I probably got that the wrong way around. Right, so they're growing there. They planted all the plump helmet seeds. We're doing that. So we should have a bunch of cages now, right? Is the giant tiger still on the screen? Oh god, the giant tiger's gone. Instead we've got giant birds. We missed the giant tiger. I'm sorry about that, friends. Giant tiger is gone. But we didn't realistically have time to capture it. We have got loads of cages though. Most people I know religiously drink coffee. I've never liked coffee. I've never liked it at all. Still don't. I really can't stand coffee. It just something about the taste of it. It just really puts me off. I mean, it's all fine if you're into coffee. I'm not gonna. I really think it's disgusting as well. Maybe you've only had bad coffee. I mean, maybe it just something about the taste of it really puts me off. I like tea. I mean, I'll drink that. I mean, I'm not obsessed with it. I don't drink it very often, but I don't mind that. Oh, I just can't stand it. I hate the smell. I hate the smell as well. I really despise the smell of coffee. Something about it just puts me off. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Almost everybody in the chat, except for the poor Stasi here, is a coffee despiser. Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Maybe I'll lose a bunch of followers for this, but I just really can't stand coffee. Oh, by the way, we should be getting a new emote soon. For any, I think only Bass is here as far as. Well, Kelt was here as well. I haven't had my emote turned down yet, but I haven't had it approved yet either. So hopefully we'll get that soon. Okay, where are our miners at, by the way? Oh, that's it, yeah. Okay, I forgot to do this. Let's pause the game. We're going to open Dwarf Therapist, and now's an opportunity for people to have a dwarf if they want one. Let me just load this up. I think we have a good set of emotes here, actually. I don't know if people agree or disagree with that. I think the emote set we've got is pretty good. It's I'm quite happy with them. Dennis Wolf would like a dwarf. Let me just get Therapist up real quick. It's there we go. Right, perfect. Yeah, so at the moment we've got Ficard Kaldashuthuf, who is our plant stonecrafter. Geshhud Fickold Zat Hood, who has one of our 2 miners. We've also got a farmer here, Godun Idatol. Ingiz Tobung Imik, who is a woodworker. Kol Vutok Mat, who is another miner. Olin Omris Doran, who is our manager, our administrator, and then there's Udil Shin Murul, who is another farmer. So yeah, take your picks. The first person to ask gets whichever one of these 7 dwarfs they want. We've got 2 miners, we've got 2 farmers, we've got a stonecrafter, we've got a wood worker, and we've also got a manager. Red Aramer wants the manager. I think you've been the manager before. Ganafel says whatever. I'm going to make him into our woodworker. Dennis wants a farmer. He's going for the quiet and easy life. I guess he doesn't want to die. Then again, my farmers don't have a very good track record. They usually get punched to death by things. There's 2 farmers, so Foshington, you can be the other farmer. There we go. Our farmers usually die. One of the funniest ones was, I think it was in Tin Fortress, where we had that human show up to be like just a whatever. Avenue Phil wants to be whatever. He can be a miner, so we've got Avenue Phil here. As our miner. That means we've only got 1 dwarf left. I guess that means by process of elimination, Bass is going to be the other miner. Basilius Bass. There we go. Hey, we got all 7 dwarves named. Alright, let's close this. Let's go back to our Dwarf Fortress screen and resume. Yeah, like, I can't be the Baron as a miner. He could still be the Baron. I mean, you know, this is an entirely different fortress. We might not even have a Baron. Who knows? This fortress might already have a Baron, for example, if it's part of a civilization that already has one. It remains to be seen, right? Like, we don't know that there is actually going to be room for another Baron. Right, are they actually going to pick those? Oh my god, I'm not going to have this weird bug again, am I? Dennis Wolf here. I really would prefer that you didn't do any hauling of anything at all, because like the last time we had this problem, they just refused to pick anything in terms of like weapons or anything. Sorry, they refused to pick anything, and it just meant that we almost lost all of our food at the start of the fortress, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so I'm just telling them that they're not allowed to do any of these things anymore, which means that they should hopefully go and pick some plants. I think it's, yeah, okay, he's going to go harvest plants, cool. Okay, well, he made an effort. Oh, okay, yeah. I think it's to do. There's a stockpile thing. It's changed around a lot. I'm not sure it has to be because I have to select prepared food in order to do it, and then he'll do it. I think that was the reason before, or there's some other weird reason why they won't take it. It might be an addition. Yeah, there it is. Allow plants. Yeah, there you go. And then here, additional options. Yeah. So I think that was the reason here as well. And then if we go here, food, prepared food there. I know I've just lost the soundtrack. I'm going to put another one on. Elder Scrolls Morrowind, that's fine. Yeah, see, they're just not picking them. Can't remember what causes this. There is a specific thing that causes it. It might also be that they need barrels as well, actually. So why don't we make, I don't know, let's make 20 wooden barrels. Actually, we don't have a manager's office set up for that yet, so we'll just have to tell them to make barrels here. Not beds. Barrels is, oh. No, that's blocks. It's not O, it's V. Yeah, V. Just make some wooden barrels. They should put the barrels in there and then use that. But I don't want to lose my entire harvest of food because then I don't have any more plump helmets. And then I'll have to wait until the caravan arrives before I can buy some more. What are they putting in here? Seed barrel. Okay, they put seeds in there. In fact, what I'm going to just do is I'm just going to set up a temporary food stockpile because I really need to resolve this issue. I had it in the last fortress and I can't remember exactly what was the fix for it. So I'm just going to put a food stockpile there so that they will actually, hopefully, harvest the plants at some point. But we'll see. Yeah, they should just harvest it. Yeah, there we go. You can see he's harvesting it there. So they are harvesting. Perfect, okay. So we got that resolved for the time being. I'll have a look into this later. I had to Google around for the answer to this. It's all to do with weird stockpile settings. Thanks, now I want to play Morrowind. We need accounts. I'm pretty sure... Okay, actually, let's have a look at Bass and let's see if he does have any obsessions with anything. We can check that, usually. Oh, Bass is a woman. Bass likes marble, iron, wood opal, creepy crawler leather, the colour carmine, short swords, toy axes, goats for their eating habits, the words of the page of scintillating, and the sound of the poetry of drumming. When possible, she prefers to consume silvery gibbon and apple cider. She absolutely detests bats. So yeah, that's Bass here. We can have a look at the other dwarves as well if you want me to check them. So for example here, Avenue Phil, he likes talc, silver, green jade, and llama wool, clouds, short swords. He also likes short swords, another fan of short swords. He prefers to consume giant monitor lizard, clown loach, and also detests rats. Gnaffle here, unit. He likes copper, sapphire, battle axes, hatch covers, earrings, and the words of the sable pages. He prefers to consume giant blue jay, sea nettle jellyfish, two-humped camel cheese, and fonio beer. He absolutely detests pouring maggots. Yeah, it's always cool to see what weird shit dwarves are into. This guy likes silver, faint yellow diamond, the colour slate grey, gauntlets, crowns, yaks for their shaggy hair, etc, etc. Toy axe mandates will be shit, yeah. Oh, also winter has arrived. What we really need is we need to get our mechanisms built. What I'm going to do is then I'm going to set up the temporary. It's only going to be temporary office, but we're going to set up the office here so that we have an office space, and that's going to be assigned to our manager so that our manager can yell at the dwarves to get some orders done and, you know, get ourselves managing stuff. It's really useful having a manager. It makes everything so much easier in this game because you can just press J and then M and then you can tell them to make specific things there. So yeah, that way you don't have to have a particular you don't have to go to each individual workshop and be like, okay, I want you to make this, that, and the other. What we also need to do is keep digging down. We need to see if we can find any metals. This is the microline layer. Yeah, we should probably dig one of these out as to be a bedroom chamber, and I think we'll do it on this one here. I always like the blue. It's really neat when it's all smoothed out, so we'll make this into the area where the bedrooms go. It'll take them a while to dig this out, but that's fine. And yeah, we're just going to go for our standard bedroom way of doing things, which is the 4x4 room. Dwarves don't really need any more. Sorry, 2x2 room. Dwarves don't, realistically speaking, need more than that. Like, a dwarf that needs more than 2x2 is a dwarf who doesn't deserve to be in my fortress. So, yeah. They should go somewhere else if they want a better bedroom. Who do they think they are? I guess unless they're a noble, I mean, I'm willing to accept it then. Because then you can make some kind of nice and elaborate rooms, and you can, you know, make some really nice constructions and things. And we do also want to make some temples. We want to make some. We want to make a tavern. I think we'll do that. We should probably have our temple at the top of the fortress because that's the best place for a temple, right? So we could have a temple complex on top of the fortress itself. Probably on this layer here, on this one perhaps. I'm still partial to 3x3s. Nah, I mean, yeah, if you don't want, it does look less crammed. That's true, but okay, so they are storing food in here now, or at least I think they are. Oh no, yeah, they're just storing seeds there, but they are storing food in here anyway. So they got plant barrels here with loads of pump helmets in that. Speaking of which, we're kind of running low on food. What we want to do is wait until our next migrant wave shows up, and then we'll be able to do some growing of some other stuff. We also still have loads of stuff that we need to get inside. We need to get our anvil inside immediately. That's really important because that's going to make a hell of a lot of difference. In fact, what we could do is we could make a finished goods stockpile here. So this is just going to be for like, you know, just kind of like small things, right? Like, so crafts and that sort of thing. So we can make the finished goods stockpile here. But then in front of that, we want to make a furniture stockpile. And then they'll put all the furniture that they've made there. And on this here, we want to make this into a study. And we want to assign this to our manager, who is Red Aramo, who's also our expedition leader. That means he'll also probably be our mayor when that happens. Usually the expedition leader is the one who's most likely to be elected mayor. It's based on popularity, so it's based on the dwarf who has the most relationships, and usually the mayor will be the expedition manager because they'll usually have the most of them. Led by the Austrian. Is there anything wrong with that? Don't worry, it's all being overseen by me, the Englishman. So yeah. No need to. Don't panic. The English have always made capable administrators. I think, though not necessarily, not really. Okay, so they're carving that out. They're getting all that ready. We're getting our fortress done. Those are going to be our bedrooms. There's still stuff outside. We don't have any more dangerous animals, so we're pretty safe at the moment. We do need to also make an area actually for our ewes and our lambs. For our ewe and our lamb. So what we're probably going to do there then is, I'm not actually sure how we want to do that. Perhaps what we want to do is we want to just make kind of like a offshoot in this direction here. Yeah, actually what we could do is we could have this come off in this direction here. Like that, right? And then what we could do is we could go here and then we could build a kind of wall that comes all the way down here. I'll just make this out of logs. It's fine making them out of wood. It doesn't make any difference really. It's as defensible as a stone wall. Only invaders are not capable of tearing down walls. Walls are permanent. It doesn't matter what they're made out of. You can make one out of ice and a dragon wouldn't be able to get past it. You can make it out of soap. I've done that before actually. I've had entire buildings made out of soap, which is something you can do. You can make a building out of soap in this game. It'll stay there forever. It's one of the beautiful things about this game. Soap wall sounds like a great idea when flooding it. It makes no difference. Like I'm pretty sure if you were to fill it with lava, then the soap wall would still remain. What you could do, you could build... Okay, so what you could do here, you could press K... If we go to B... Sorry. We go to B here, and then we go down to support S, right? You can build a support here. We could build a support... We could build a single support out of soap. And then build an entire fortress on top of the single support of soap. Like, literally like a bar of soap. And then you could have the entire fortress just rest on top of the soap bar. And it would never collapse. It would be perfectly safe. Unless you deconstructed the soap support. And then you could have your entire fortress just be set with a lever to collapse at the instant the danger arrives, to just, you know, like if any goblins invaded it and your fortress was just going to die anyway, you could then collapse the entire fortress by removing the single bar of soap, and it'd all come tumbling down. Soap is magma safe? No, it isn't. But soap walls are magma safe always. So like magma, I don't believe can melt a wall, no matter what the wall is made out of. I think unless it's ice, because ice works kind of weirdly. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm not 100% certain on that, but as far as I'm aware, a constructed wall is just you know, it can't be, yeah, it can't be destroyed, so to speak. So yeah, they're currently just building that, and we're waiting for our dudes to carve out the bedroom space. We need to cut down that tree as well. We're going to be putting our sheep into this little pit, and we can cover the top of this if we wanted to, and then that way the sheep are going to be safe, but they're going to be outside, going to have access to grass, and yeah, that we probably want to build this up a couple layers as well, because at the moment a zombie could climb into this area. Like, a zombie could climb into this quite easily. So we just need to make sure that they're not able to do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can naturally make this relatively safe. Then the only thing that could get in will be flying monsters. You weren't here when we were doing Dwarves Cal. You'll have to wait until the migration wave. Yeah, I think that's it, Bass. I think if you construct a wall out of ice, then it's marked as a construction and then it can't melt. But if it's a naturally formed ice wall, then it can melt, which is a weird distinction. But Dwarf Fortress is full of those kind of weird distinctions. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of dwarves to go around. You know, we're not going to have a shortage of dwarves. I'm sure there'll be plenty of them. Okay, so this is where we're going to. This is where we're going to put the sheep. So we'll put this here, so it's a pen, and yeah. So that's our pen there, and then we're going to set the information, and we're just going to set our RAM and our U to be stored in there, and then some of the tools will go grab them from wherever they're at and go sort that out. And you can see they're just building the edge around there. Oh, did the stream go down for a second? I didn't get any kind of notification on my end they had done that, so yeah. Yeah, I have a ram and a U. I don't have any geese this time. Any long-time watchers will know that I'm a big fan of bringing geese with me on expeditions, on fortress builds. But this time we're not going with geese. We're just using sheeps at the moment. Sheeps. Objectively speaking, in Dwarf Fortress, sheep are better than goats, and that's the only assessment I can make this on, you know? So, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's true. Okay, I'm trying to... what we're actually going to have to... What we'll have to do is we'll have to floor that up as well so that they can't... This is a pretty ambitious building project, but we want to get this done as early as possible because we're not going to get another opportunity to do this, really. The earlier we get this done, the more, you know, it's done then, and then we can just leave it be, and then... Oh, I don't want to make those stairs. I want that to be a wall. Because, yeah, like, once these zombies start showing up, we're not going to be able to do anything outside for a while. So we just want to make sure that, you know, we're relatively safe from the zombies, so that they don't bother us. And we just want to floor that up there. And then if we go down a level, they should still be able to get up there because they can get up from inside the fortress because they just get through there. But it does mean that this is going to be blocked off from the outside. We then want to make a staircase up one level and then build a cover over the top of this. Basically, we need to make it so that nothing can jump into it, which means we'll have to cut back a little bit of this. We're going to have to dig all this out here. So that there's a sufficiently big gap to prevent them from jumping over it, and we also want to make a lid so that they can't climb up it. Zombies can climb. Did you know that zombies can climb? I don't want to have to build a roof over the top because I want it to be accessible from the light. Potentially, we could build a farm out here. You know, we could build like a strawberry farm, something like that. But yeah, that's just that project. I guess the other thing we need to do then is to keep cutting down trees. We need to cut down as many of them as we can do, especially the ones that are going to be around this area here, because I don't want any trees to be growing near our fortress. Because that just makes it easier for them to climb into places that they're not supposed to. We've got our anvil inside. Now, how about we go down here and we'll start making some beds. We want to probably construct about 20 beds. We also want to start brewing beer, so we'll set an order for brew, drink from plants, and we'll just set that to 200 because that's like a big number. We're also going to need cabinets, so let's build 20 cabinets out of rock. Doors, we'll also make doors out of rock as well, and I think then chests, or coffers even. Build 20 rock coffers as well. And those are all just going to be from the bedroom. We also need to build a dining room. In fact, we need to build a crafts dwarf workshop because I haven't built one of those yet. So we'll build 2 crafts dwarf workshops along the edge here. We'll just make them out of marble because that's what's the nearest material. Mica in that case. And yeah, that's basically it. We've got the very basics of a fortress set up. We're going to have all of our goods being produced. We've got everything inside that needs to be inside. There's a couple of things that are still outside, but you know, we'll be able to grab those when we need them. Just some logs and some. There's a copper battle axe out there as well. I guess we want to be careful about that. Dwarves have stopped suspended construction on the wall. Pain in the arse when they do this, but there you go. The way that dwarves build stuff is fascinating. They never do it in a way that makes sense. They constantly find new ways to. Wait, what kind of tree is this? A date palm. Okay, there's palm trees, massive palm trees that go up several stories high. Oh, you know what else can climb? It's not only zombies that can climb, dwarves can climb, and that's how they get into weird places. Oh god, there's a giant tick up there. There's also an eagle somewhere. You can see the tower being constructed, by the way, from the sky, so yeah, that's like the... This is the top layer, this is the layer above that. One thing I almost always try to do, build some kind of fortification at my fort entrance, like a gate flanked by 2 towers in the hillside. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I like to do. I like to have it so that like I can have archers shoot out and stuff like that, right? Like, that's really cool to do. We do need to do some actual bridges though, right? Because we haven't done that yet. So we're going to build some bridges. They're going to raise themselves up here, like that. And we'll use paradise nutwood. Because, yeah, that sounds like an appropriate sort of wood to use. Paradise nutwood. Do the same thing here, and we'll use date palm wood for that one. And those are, you know, we're gonna set those up to some mechanics pretty quickly so that we can close the fortress down and shut everything down if there's going to be any issues arising. Okay. We should get a migrant wave soon then. It's almost spring, I think, if we go to our calendar here. Oh, it's, isn't it O? Or, where's the calendar? I always forget this one. It's not depot, it's not that one. Locations and outposts. Announcements, it's not announcements, is it? Okay, there we go. It's the 24th of Opal. So, that means that next month is going to be the dwarf equivalent of December. And then after that, we've got spring. We've also started to get some beds going, which is really cool. I don't think we got many of them, but we'll start placing the beds down here. We always want the bed facing the door. In fact, we've got enough beds for everything we need right now. We should have some masons. I'm pretty sure I have some, unless I haven't got anybody set to be. Ah, yeah, here we go. Oh, we don't have a mason. Did I not bring a mason with me? In that case, we'll send Red Aramis to learn how to be a mason. He can just do that in his spare time. It'll actually make him happier because dwarves that never do anything creative get miserable about it. They turn into real mardasses about it. Oh, woe is me! I'm a dwarf and I never do anything creative. This is so unfair. They full on just can't handle that. And we should also make some wooden bins as well, because we need a bunch of those. And why don't we make some crafts as well, because we're going to be trading soon, I think. We got a stone crafter, yeah. We'll make some rock crafts there. We'll make 20 of those. We want to make some rock crafts. We just want to always be making crafts. Oh, actually, instead of making crafts, why don't we make something more useful and make some goblets? Sorry, rock cups. No? Wooden cup? Let's make some wooden cups. Just make 20 of those. Okay, how's this coming on? They've mostly finished it. There's still some construction that needs to be done. Yeah, this corner one's just never going to get to. They should still be able to get up there. Yeah, they should still be able to get up there because they should be able to come up here and, you know, just walk around like that to get there. Because there is upward slopes there as well, so they should be able to do that. I have to cover this up as well, so that's there covered up as well. Alright, but yeah, it's been a pretty calm year. I mean, it's the first year of the fortress, really. Nothing too exciting is going to happen. It's just all about getting everything ready. We don't have any architects either. We do need to set somebody to just be an architect real quick. Dwarves are pretty good at learning how to do things. You know, you just tell them to learn how to build bridges and then they do it. They don't need any particular kind of training to be able to do it. Oh, actually, that's in the wrong place. One of my favorite things is if you build in the okay, he's going to go construct a building. Yeah. If you build in the desert, then the kind of trees that you get include things like where's it's. Oh my god, what are they called? Cactuses, yeah, you get cactuses. And cactuses means that you can then make you can then have your cactus. You can then cut those down, and you can use those to make beds and things like that because they count as wood. So I'm pretty sure they do anyway. If I'm remembering correctly on this, I'm pretty sure they do. So you can have like a cactus wood bed, cactuses, sagaros. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we got our sheeps there. I do hope we get the migration wave soonish, pretty quickly into spring. I mean, it should be. Oh, the other thing we probably want to do is build a depot. We're not actually going to be trading with anyone, really. We just want to build it here because we're gonna take our customary gift from the elves. Long-time viewers of the channel will know how we treat elves on this channel. We have certain policies regarding elves and elves at our fortress. But every so often the elves like to come here and trade with us, or as I prefer to call it, they like to leave us a little gift in the form of us taking all of their goods without giving them anything in return. The only kind of fair trade that you can do with, you know, an elf, really. So yeah, we really want to make sure that this trade depot is built, and that means we are going to have to set somebody to be an architect temporarily. Who's actually not doing anything? Have we got any dwarves who are idle? We got 2 idlers. Which means that one of our dwarves is not doing anything. What's it? Yeah, it's you. Yeah. Our farmers are not at all busy because they're probably waiting for us to get some more seeds so they can keep planting. So yeah, let's make them into architects. I'm kind of concerned actually that we don't have plants because we should have plants. They should have seeds. They should have plump helmet seeds. Pigtail seeds, dimple cups, rock nuts. Yeah, plump helmet spawn. They do have plump helmet spawn. Oh, okay, I figured out. Yeah, it's because I didn't tell them to do it in every season. I'm an idiot. You have to tell them to do it per season. So yeah, they do it in spring. Not dump. No, I don't want them to do dimple cups, and I want them to do plump helmet spring, plump helmets summer, plump helmets autumn, plump helmets. Just always doing plump helmets. Plump helmet season is every season. And then that way we'll have like an infinite amount of food. You make basically enough food that you make more food than you'll ever need by just having a single farm. Dwarves are really efficient farmers. They're like they produce so much food. Either that or plump helmets are just really good. But yeah, there's no you should never have a food crisis in Dwarf Fortress. The only kind of food crisis you have is the fact that it doesn't take very much for dwarves to get pissed off at you for just making them eat plump helmets forever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah. Plump helmets are just that good. Dwarves don't tend to like them that much, but, you know, they will eat them. Well, yeah, food is a really good export. Like, you can make shed loads of stuff from exports. Well, yeah, that's what we do. We make them drink wine. That's the reason we didn't bring any dwarf wine, by the way, is because it doesn't take very long for your dwarves to just get sick of drinking dwarf wine all the time. So we want to give them a little bit of variety just before it runs out. And then they'll have to go back to the drudgery that is drinking the same old wine over and over again. We'll probably start producing the multiple kinds of crops, and we'll do, you know, like some outdoor crops maybe. If we just have a look around, in fact, we can maybe see if we can spot anything. There's prickleberries here. We got strawberries, actually. We could make a strawberry plant. Strawberry wine, I think, is a pretty good wine. And I think strawberries grow most of the year. So we could actually make a strawberry farm. If we wanted to. We would just have, yeah. Yeah, strawberries are pretty good. I'm actually looking at the beverage value because there are some kinds of vegetables that are. Oh, actually, there's only like a couple of them that are worth more than the normal ones. There are a bunch that are worth less, but yeah, we could definitely do that. We'll probably do that then. We'll make some strawberry wine. We'll make a strawberry farm outside. I'm not sure where we'll do it though. Oh, sunberries. Sunberries only grow in good environments though. This isn't one of them, so there won't be any sunberries here. There's bitter melon, elephant heads, all sorts of weird plants just hanging around. We'll wait until we got some migrants though, because once we got some migrants, it becomes a great deal easier to do all that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, spring has arrived, so hopefully we should get the migrant wave soon. Yeah, this is Untamed Savages. Untamed Wilds. So maybe we do? I don't think we do. We've only got 2 doors. Is that how slow our manager is at making doors? We don't have any chests, do we? Chests would be in objects, storage objects. I think that's O. No, that's paved road. Not V, is it? Which one is it? Burial receptacles, like N. Chest, cabinet, container. H, that's it. H for container. And then we want the coffer in there. And then we'll have the first official bedrooms done. Whip vines. Yeah, we could do whip vines, actually. Whip vines are slightly more valuable. We got barley leaves. Barley, custard apple, dense dog grass, prickleberries. Prickleberries are to be avoided. Yeah, I've not seen them. I mean, I'd like to do strawberries. Strawberries seems nice, you know. It's a kind of neat one to do. It's a nice little one to do. Strawberries are. We've got plenty of them. We have plenty of strawberries that we could process. Well, I'll wait until we got the migrants for that. Yeah, whipvine is worth 3, and then sunberries are worth 5. Everything else is worth 2, with an exception of some stuff that's worth 1. So there are some products that are worth less than others. Spring has arrived. We should hopefully have a visit. Holy shit! The name of my civilization is the young boulders of flukes. Apparently we're a very sort of fluky. Oh, is that a serene mountaintop? Don't really understand why mead is worth 1. I don't know. It just is. Alcohol isn't worth very much by itself, but when it's cooked into stuff, that's where its value comes from. So mead is worth a great deal less when it's cooked into a meal compared with basically any other kind of alcohol. But to be honest, like value in Dwarf Fortress is weird anyway, and things that just, you know, like a single meal is worth more than 20 anvils, that sort of thing. So it doesn't necessarily matter that much. Just you know, it just is. It just is what it is. So let's assign these bedrooms anyway. We'll make this into a bedroom here. We'll make this into a bedroom here. Then we want to do the same. We also want to just add all of the other cabinets first, I think. I want to get all the bedrooms done before I assign them to people, or before they get assigned to people. So yeah, there's a micro coffer there, and then we'll just want a door there, microline door. Okay, cool. And he's cutting down. Oh god, I think he's been injured. I think a tree has fallen on his head. Gnafl, his upper body is bruised. His right lung is bruised. He feels hopeless after suffering a major injury. I've been injured badly. There is no hope. Alright. Hopefully it's only a bit of bruising. Hopefully you'll be able to recover. Wood cutting is really dangerous. It sends you outside the fortress, and you tend to get blocks of wood cut, stuck on your head. So yeah, that's not a good one. All right, what I'm gonna do here, I kind of knew that this would happen. They would figure out a way to do it in the worst possible way. So we're gonna build a floor all the way around here as well, and this is just gonna be so that the well, it has a purpose of preventing things from climbing up, because they can't climb if there's a floor directly above them where they're supposed to be climbing, and then they won't be able to get into the top of here, or at least that's the theory. The elven caravan from Malacy Yerdal has arrived. That means we want to... It doesn't actually matter who the broker is if we're just going to take everything. But yeah, the elves are here. We've got the elves. They've arrived to graciously join us in our beautiful fortress. I wonder what goods they're bringing with us today. I'm sure that we'll get to a fair and equitable price with them. I'm sure we'll be able to, figure out something that's equitable and fair, and really. Yeah. We'll set it so that anybody can trade. We don't really need to. We don't need a specific trader. We'll just set it so that anybody can trade with them, and then we'll have a look at their goods and see what kind of wonderful things they brought to us from far and wide. I mean, we can even see here they've already got a dingo. They've got 2 dingoes. They might have a breeding pair of dingoes with them, which would be pretty cool. We could breed some dingoes. We've had some success breeding, I think, dingoes in the past, actually. No, Wolverines, yeah. We could have a dingo breeding program. So let's just request that any dwarf, doesn't really matter which dwarf, is going to go treat with the elves. Which dwarf is going to deliver the news to them? It looks like it's going to be Basilius Bass. Oh, look at all this good stuff. A bunch of wooden shit. A dingo in a cage. In fact, 2 dingoes that are of the same gender, so that we can't even breed them. Thank you, very cool. A capybara in another cage by itself, a bunch of mittens, some gauntlets, some dates, some crutches, and some more mittens made out of wood, and arrows, which we definitely are going to need. Wow, all this good stuff here. So yeah, what price would you reckon is a fair price for all of this stuff? Chat, what price would you say is a fair price for all of these wonderful goods that the elves have brought us today? I know that the chat's kind of in the way at the moment. I'll just move that out. So, yeah, what price would you say is a fair price? GPIC says an axe. Basilius says 0. Yeah, I think 0 is about right. I think that's about as much as we're willing to pay for all this stuff, because most of it is worthless. So really, we're just going to be doing a favor when we do this, to mark all their goods, and we press S to seize all of their goods, and that's it. We'll say goodbye to the elves. Thank you very much for your kind donation. I appreciate all donations to this channel, whether they're from elves or whether they're people subscribing on Twitch. And yeah, we'll say goodbye to the elves. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'm sure that they also understand, I mean, we're in a very dangerous location. They'll understand that we need to be able to protect ourselves, and so, yeah. Well, yeah, precisely. I mean, who's ever going to need a grown lime finger wood puzzle box, or crutches, or oranges, or a mandrill? They don't need any of those things. We're helping them out. We're helping them out big time. They should be thankful. Obviously, I know that they're not going to be. I mean, come on, they're elves, right? They're not going to see. They're not going to see our benevolence in doing them this favor. But Try as we might, we'll continue doing what's good for them, even if they don't recognise it. Alright, so we still don't have our migrant wave though. We're still waiting for that migrant wave. We can't do a lot until it shows up. I guess we could actually set up some mechanisms. Did we actually build mechanisms? I think we did. I'm pretty sure I told one of my dwarves to build some mechanisms. No, I didn't. Okay, let's build some mechanisms. Construct rock mechanisms. Let's construct 20 of those. 20 is more than enough mechanisms. That'll cover our needs for the future. We'll be able to set up some cage traps just outside of our fortress in case any elves get too close to it, or in case any more giant tigers show up. There's a giant chameleon there. We could try and capture it. Then again, it'll be tricky to capture. I'm not actually sure how we would. Oh, one of our dogs has given birth to puppies. How many though? 3 puppies. Cool. That's pretty neat. You know what puppies means, right? Just saying, we have almost run out of meat. The circle of life, yeah. Oh, also, our ewe has given birth to a lamb. So the elves have left us. We've still just got all this good stuff going on here. I'm not sure what we're going to do with these dingoes. It's unfortunate we don't have a breeding pair of anything here. We just have 2 dingoes, a mandrill, a capybara, and a barn owl. And also, yeah, all of those in cages. I guess we'll do something with them. No, I tend to chain my dogs up in places so that they can detect invaders, and that's mostly it. As any sensible, yeah, not necessarily sensible. That's just kind of how I treat them. We will save one of these puppies though. I do want to make sure that we have enough. We continue to have breeding pairs of puppies, and we'll save one of these puppies by also chaining it up over here, so that it's in another location just to prevent anything from sneaking into our fortress. Just where we're not expecting it, so to speak. So we'll put it there. The music stopped again. I'm not sure why. Is the Morrowind soundtrack only that short? Okay. What's another good Age of Empires soundtrack? We usually go with that one at some point. I have to use video game soundtracks for these streams because I upload them onto YouTube, or I try to anyway. If I use a soundtrack from anything that's basically not a video game, then I get copyright struck, which is a pain in the arse to deal with. I actually had one of the episodes of the Shore of Death stream for that fortress that got copyright striked, and it was for exactly 20 seconds of a song that ended up in the playlist by accident, and I have no way of doing anything about that. So now that video has been monetized against my will. A 2-hour video has been monetized against my will for like less than a minute of song. So now ads play on it, which is a pain in the arse. I don't like that at all. Well, ads play, but then some twat gets some money for it. Sod that noise. But yeah, we'll put one of our all of our puppies are female. Okay. We'll assign one of the puppies to that chain there. And it was for like generic fantasy music as well. It was one of those like fantasy compilations that people upload on YouTube. And that's why I stick to video game music. Because if I play the Morrowind soundtrack, I don't get copyright claimed. If I play anything else, in fact, some video game soundtracks can get you copyright claimed. I remember once, this was years and years ago when I streamed on a different account. I uploaded a stream of me playing Sims 3 to YouTube, and one of the songs from Sims 3 was copyright claimed. I wasn't playing any other music, wasn't playing any commercial, you know, like popular music or anything else like that. It was literally just one of the songs from Sims 3. And that got me copyright claimed on that. Which, again, is incredibly frustrating. I don't want to have to deal with that kind of rubbish. Sorry, I'm just whining about things. I don't think anybody wants to hear this. Yeah, this tune has got a good vibe to it. Oh, what? Wait, that counts as a fight? The orange wood logs strike the woodworker in the upper body, bruising the muscle and bruising the right lung through the horse leather robe. The woodworker slams into an obstacle. The woodworker stands up. Oh, one of our dogs has been fighting a giant tick. I guess that was... Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Look at all these. What if we build some cage traps and just place them around over here? I want some giant turtles, 100%. Need a trap wall, makes catching stuff easier than just random traps. Yeah, I mean, we could set up something more elaborate, but I'm kind of just hoping I can maybe get a bit lucky. Just have like a dwarf set up a cage trap over here, and then you know, they'll put the mechanism in it, and you know, if we're lucky, we'll just capture one of them. Oh wait, did I just build a cage there? I didn't want to build a cage. Oh, I'm an idiot. These aren't cage traps. These are just cages. I was literally just placing cages around the map. Okay. Remove that cage. I just want to build a cage trap. So T... C, yeah. We probably don't have many mechanisms either. Yeah, we only have 4 mechanisms. We'll just place them here and see if we get lucky. Divide the realm in twain, leave nary a crossing for these fiends. Sniper Joe. Yeah, we'll do something more elaborate later. I am really just waiting for my migrant wave to show up. Oh, Sniper. Wait, what? Why is that barn owl all the way in that cage over there? I think we accidentally sent the barn owl all the way over here to be caged. There also seems to be... There's just a tower cap cage here. Oh, I guess that was what they were bringing over to... I guess when I stopped the construction, they just dumped them over there. We do need to put the barn owl somewhere. I'm not sure where, though. Can we put a barn owl on a chain? Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Let's see if we can do that. Oh, we don't have any more ropes, though. Can we make a chain out of zinc and then put a barn owl on it? There's only one way to find out. We got loads of zinc, by the way. That's why I'm thinking of using zinc for this. We haven't really found any other metals yet. There should be plenty of other metals to go with. But yeah, for now, we're going to be mostly just doing zinc. Reminds me of that Simpsons episode. Can you imagine a world without zinc? Oh yeah, that's true, Sniper Joe. A flying animal won't ever fly again once it's been tamed. Though to be fair, we didn't tame the barn owl. The elves did. We just took it from the elves. Yeah, imagine a world without zinc. What was it about zinc that made him not want to live in a world without it in the first? Wanted him to not... Oh, okay. Let's not even get into that. Okay. We got plenty of marble. Marble's great as well. We can make loads of marble statues. In fact, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make some statues out of marble. I think then if we go to... we'll wait until all these mason orders are completed. We'll then set up a workshop that only accepts orders that use marble. I can already see some stuff that's made out of marble. I think we've probably got a marble door. I haven't told them to make anything out of anything in particular. We're just, you know, making junk. I'm letting the dwarves express themselves as creatively as they want to. They can make stuff out of whatever kind of random ass materials they decide to use. Just so long as they make what needs to be made, it's all good. Alright, so we've got all those cabinets there. Then we wanted the containers so that everybody gets a chest in their room so that they can put crafts in the chest and they can put all other kind of rubbish in there that they undoubtedly going to collect over their long dwarven lives. And what did I just put? I don't want to put a bag in their room though. I don't want to put a bag in their room. Sorry, these are coffers. We're not gonna put chests in their room. I want them to have proper strong stone coffers, not any of this elven rubbish. The age-old method of whatever is closest. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, it worked for our dwarven ancestors. It's good enough for us, right? Like, it worked for the dwarves that came before. Why would we bother messing around with anything too fancy or complex? This is the part where I infuriate a lot of the viewers here by starting to strip mine, but in a really inefficient way. But we're gonna start mining out some areas down here just to see if we can find anything, just to see if we can get any metals that aren't zinc. As much as I love zinc, we do want to expand our horizons a little bit and, you know, branch out into some other metals. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm a big zinc enthusiast, but if we were able to get, for example, some copper, then we can make some brass, and then we can have some brass statues. Brass is not good for armor, but it is good for value. I think it's quite a valuable material. So we could have some brass statues. Would be nice to see some iron. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. I'm pretty sure we've got... I did check before we embarked. I'm pretty sure we've got silver, copper, and tin, so we should actually have bronze. Bronze is fine. Bronze is basically as good as iron, though not quite. In fact, is bronze better than iron? Or isn't it? I know obviously steel is better. Steel is the best in relation to all those three, but I have a feeling bronze is better. Armor is for armor is for humans. No, that's not true at all. Armor is very dwarven. You know, you can have like runic armor that's covered in engravings and pictures of elves being slain. You know, that sort of beautiful kind of inspiring imagery. Like only an elf would be stupid enough to go into battle wearing stuff made out of wood, for example. Pictures of cheese, yeah, for example. You know, images that inspire you. Images that make you want to go out there and fight for your fortress, fight for, you know, the things that you believe in. That's one of the key differences between an elf and a dwarf. Elves don't believe in anything other in poetry. I guess that's one thing that they believe in, but it's not good enough for me. We should now have a bedroom for every dwarf as well. We are missing... We have some more bedrooms ready to go as soon as we got the rest of the stuff made. Also, where are miners at? Oh, miners are storing items in stockpile. Alright, let's put an end to that one. Isn't mining good enough for you boys? You really have to be handling, stockpiling things? Oh, we've discovered the cavern. Excellent. Sort of excellent. I didn't actually need to discover the cavern this game. Like, we've got plenty of wood, and I guess if we were going... Yeah, it's fine. You know, we discovered it. We know where it is now. An expansive cavern deep underground. The game is already paused. We are going to have to pause this, though, and just cancel that build order. And just reassess how we're doing all this stuff here. So, yeah. You can see even now that they're in the cavern there. God, that is so close to our fortress, though. That is a very high up cavern. Normally, it's a lot lower than this. We might even be able to spot some metals now. That's all zinc. That's just zinc down there. Massive vein of zinc. More zinc. In fact, the only iron I can see here is zinc. Zircon there. Gneiss. Gneiss is pretty good. It usually contains some good stuff there. Tetrahedrite. Tetrahedrite is copper, right? Gneiss is pretty gneiss, yeah. But it usually contains platinum, I think. Oh no, silver. It has native silver in it. So if we were to carve out all of this gneiss, there's a chance that we'd find silver within it. We've got tetrahedrite here, which is either tin or copper. Oh, copper and silver. Excellent. Okay, so we have got silver there in the form of tetrahedrite and copper. So we can now make brass. If we can find tin, then we'll be able to make tin as well. I don't see anything else interesting. We've got, yeah, tetrahedrites all the way over there as well. So yeah, we do have some good stuff. We just need to carve it out properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Oh, this kind of wrecks my plan. Actually, no, it doesn't. What we do here is we'll just carve out this area here a little bit, and then we'll make a downward staircase here, like that. Is there anything in the caverns at the moment? No. We still got just giant turtles on the surface. It doesn't look like we captured one yet. Yeah, I always forget. What they're in. I always have to check. It's a really bad thing for me. I just have like a really poor memory. Then what we want to do here is make this into an upward staircase. Then mine out the middle section here. And then firstly we just want to mine into there, so that's like that. Yeah, I always have to check. We've stuck hornblende. So the reason we're doing this is so that we can cap off this staircase at the bottom here. A bunch of giant tortoises as pets to embark dwarf squad. To be honest, I don't think giant tortoises would be any good as pets, really, unless they breed. No, I bet they don't even breed fast. Like they probably don't breed fast enough to be useful as butchering. So I guess, yeah, the only thing you could do with them is use them as pets, I guess. We'll make a floor out of gneiss. So we just cover back up the staircase that they dug out, because I don't want to dig down here anymore, because like this is not safe. This is not a safe place to dig. So they are currently digging down here. I want to tell them to stop digging that out and just come back upstairs, because we want to cap this off here so that this staircase is just abandoned. And then we'll build a new staircase, but the new staircase won't be over the top of the caverns, is the idea. So we'll come out, it looks like here, and then I think a little bit out that way to here, and then yeah, we go down, that's fine. Oh, is this gold, by the way? I think I spotted gold. No, is that zircon? Oh, Grossumer. Slow and armored. I'm still mostly just wanting my migrant wave to show up, though. That's the main thing I'm interested in, is just having the migrant wave show up. Let's make 20 rock parts. Because once the migrant wave is here, then that's really cool. We can then start like really expanding out and doing some other stuff. This woodworker here is going to construct that. Pull that there, cover that up, and then he's done the same there. And then that means that hopefully nothing can get into this cavern again now. Though I did think I saw a cat slip in at the last minute. We might have just lost one of our cats. Oh, was that a kitten? No. I didn't even realise we had kittens. We're going to have to keep on top of that. There's the other cat there. Okay, yeah, good, they're on the surface. Our 2 cats. Yeah, precisely. We have 3 cat now. Dangerous times are ahead, dangerous times are afoot. But other than that, things are going pretty smoothly, though I do obviously want them to actually finish building the perimeter on this. That would be pretty neat. Oh my god, the bedroom's on the same layer as the caverns as well. I can see the caverns from the bedrooms. That's going to be fun. Oh, a human spearman has decided to visit as well. LOIT85, thank you for following as well. I hope you appreciate the stream. I'm glad to have you here. Yeah, we've got a human spearman traveling here. Let's have a look and see. His name is Buzzbell Ronick Kitthrek. He's arrived here. I'm guessing he's arrived to explore the caverns. That's what they usually want. We'll probably tell her to sod off. Her hair is extremely long. She is tall and incredibly skinny. Her slit blue eyes are bulging. Her somewhat broad ears are splayed out. Her nose is slightly hooked. Her hair is raw umber mixed with grey. God, she sounds like a hag. She's got like massive ears, a hooked nose. Real thin as a rake. What's she got on her actually? What kind of equipment has she got on her? No, there's a way to check this. What's the get? No, it's not Q. Is it inspect? It's not. No, that's for zones. Zone status K. It's not K. It might be O. No. I always forget this. D O U J N. It's not N, is it? No, that's managers. Nobles. Hi there. Do you think about uploading this to YouTube? I do upload this to YouTube. I try and upload any of the kind of gaming streams that I do to YouTube, so I don't always do it. I'm a bit forgetful, but you can see some past stuff on there, like Dwarf Fortress content. I've got, yeah, you know what? You can just go away. I don't want you scary hag woman threatening my dwarves because you want to chase monsters. Yeah, it's all on YouTube. Most of it is anyway. So yeah, I think there's a link to the YouTube page on my stream. Like at the bottom, there's just like a big button that says YouTube. And yeah, there should be some other stuff on there. There's some Dwarf Fortress stuff on there. I know that for a fact. Oh, the last thing I uploaded was when I played Planet Zoo. That was an interesting game. I enjoyed Planet Zoo a bit. I've played a bit more of it since then. Alright, cool. Oh, have you come here from YouTube, or because I know some people are subbed on YouTube. I've had a decent amount of people watching the Dwarf Fortress stuff, which is pretty cool. It's good to know that people are enjoying it, honestly. Okay, that's that. The dog is fighting. Wait, what's the giant turtle site? Wait, what? Where's the dog? The dog's vanished. The dog has gone. We might have lost the dog to a giant turtle. Oh, never mind, he's fine. Also, more petitions available. Lola Woman Paddle. Woman Paddle? Who's that? A Marks Dwarf. A warrior Marks Dwarf. This visitor has come to slay beasts. Her name is Lola Women Paddle. Yeah, that's her name. Her name is Lola Women Paddle. Okay, what does she look like? Her very long hair is braided, she has a broad chin, her ears are free-lobed, her hair is pale at taupe, her skin is dark tan, her eyes are emerald. Do we want to allow this dwarf to come and join our... yeah, actually, I think... I'm going to say yes to that, I think. I think we should allow her to stay. Having a marked dwarf in the fortress would actually not be a bad idea. Was a coincidence, just saw Twitch and I realised... fair enough, fair enough. And yeah, this is a new fort today. We will probably be... I'll probably be... what was I going to say? I'll probably be rounding this off in a little bit. Oh, a hammer dwarf is now visiting the fortress as well. What's his name? Oh, a human bowman is also visiting. Everybody's shown up all of a sudden. They all want to be here. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up now. Been streaming for 2 hours. I do need to go get something to eat. I haven't had anything to eat today. But thanks to everybody who's joined us. I will upload this to YouTube, so if you're just getting here and you want to actually watch the whole thing, then it'll be on YouTube eventually. Probably sometime tomorrow. And yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is going to be an interesting fortress. For everybody joining us, let me just show you the map. This is the world as it is at the moment. And you can see at the moment we are here, the field of sorcerers with our dwarven fortress, and neighbouring us is 1 necromancer tower, 2 necromancer towers, 3 necromancer towers, 4 necromancer towers, 5 necromancer towers. There are 5 necromancer towers near to our fortress. So next stream we'll probably have some necromancers show up with some of their friends, so we'll see how that goes. But until then, I'll see you guys later, and thanks everybody for joining us. It's been really good today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So what's my opinion on World War 3? I'll tell you about World War 3 when I do those streams. I do, you know, we'll talk about that later. Alright, see you later.